Made those comparisons between the United States and Australia. Meanwhile, over in Europe, they cut rates, what, a fifth time overnight?
A fifth time in a row. So they've actually really tried to hammer down their rates. And so it's really interesting just to see. So here it is. They've cut their cash rate to 2.75%. And it's not the end of it either. So anyway, Christine Lagarde, who is the president of the European Central Bank, spoke a little earlier this evening. Let's have a listen to what she had to say.
Is the recovery delayed? First of all, there is recovery. I think that's the first thing that we have to keep at the front of our mind. We went from a very low 23 to almost double the growth in 24. Now, granted, it is not at potential yet, but it's certainly a recovery. And given the job market, given the real income increase, we have good reason to believe that consumption will pick up and will continue to support this recovery process that we expect to continue.
Tears of envy for interest rates at 2.75%.
Well, that's right. And going down further, that's the other thing.
So back on here, I mean, look, all of the big four anyway, everyone's predicting a rate cut now for February.
It's almost like they're cheering for it.
Yeah, exactly.
That's right.
And I wonder if the RBA is going to hold the line for a bit more data. So is it a foregone conclusion that we're getting a cut?
I don't think it is a foregone conclusion. A few economists around the place are quite clearly saying, hang on, we haven't beaten inflation yet. But what we can show you is this. This is the market expectation of rate cuts. In other words, the next meeting of the European Central Bank, of the US Federal Reserve, and here in Australia. So here in Australia, they're saying in 2.5 weeks' time, there's an 81% chance of a rate cut. In other words, put down your glasses, there's going to be a rate cut, they're saying, which of course even the government is cheering on for now. But then you go, say, for example, to the United States, they're not so certain. They don't think there's further rate cuts because they say, look, hey, it's growing, it's going pretty well. And now with Donald Trump's particularly his tariffs policy, they think that's going to create more inflation. So they're actually writing off the prospect of a lot more interest rate cuts there. And so here we go for the markets. And you can actually see overnight that's spurred on the markets in the United States. The Dow Jones up by 168 points. If we go a bit further forward, what you can see is here in Australia, that's going to actually be reflected here. Market's going to be higher today when it opens. And the Aussie dollar, as we go to that, I think sitting a little lower. That's going to get down to the 50s at some stage in the next little while. 62.1 US cents.
Don't buy anything from America with an Australian dollar then.
No, in that case.
not yet anyway.
Travel to Disneyland, right?
Yeah, exactly. Go to Japan. Good to see you, Ross, as always. Chat to you again soon.